to honor and represent today is something very sacred that was signed in blood. The sweat, the tears, the blood still evident. Sadly, we haven't moved on, not in the way we ought to. And for over 200 years, we have been marginalized. We have been oppressed and outrightly discriminated against. So much so, you're afraid to affiliate yourself with being a Maroon. The question has always been asked, how do you know you're a Maroon? And the first thing I say is, where was your family in 1738? That's a good start. Because the freedom we fought for 80 odd years, it's the same freedom we stand here today fighting for. Only that this time, it is heavier because the burden comes with having to defend your land that is so rich in minerals, so rich in natural resources that are being sought after by capitalists from all corners of the globe. It's no longer a nationality thing. But yes, there are nations here who have an interest in our soil. So our voices have been sidelined. The nation that birthed a nation. It wasn't just Accompong that was at war. It wasn't just Moortown. The entire island was at war when the British came. So those persons were the First Nation, Jamaicans. They found a name to call them, Maroons. What does that led to today? You call yourself a Maroon and say you're a sellout. But yet we freed so many thousands. The language has been used against us. The literature has been used against us. But I stand here to you, stand here in front of you today, proud to be a scholar, but more proud to be able to utilize it and serve my community. Because it is what has been missing. Our community is fractured. Our people are broken. No matter what we do sometimes to try and find peace, there are elements of distraction that pop up that are being utilized to keep us divided. But you will see that our brothers from the windwards have healed, so have we. We have found common ground in recent times because we've decided we would not stand any longer for the divisive tactics of the hidden hand that has prevented us as a nation. So today, yes, we still fight, but we always know tomorrow we'll find a way to fix it and hope that we'll find a greater journey through our pains and our suffering. Because if it wasn't for our pain and our suffering, Jamaica would still be a fully owned British colony. Yeah. Understand that. So when we say we're a nation that birthed a nation, understand that our relevance still stands. Because that treaty protects our rights. What rights? Rights to the land. I said it last year and I say it again. In today's Jamaica, there should be no one being kicked off land or being termed a squatter. The squatter terminology drop off the map because the land was defended by our people for our people. So if you throw the treaty off the table, you throw your rights to land off the table. So it's not about Chief Currie. Chief Currie is trying to articulate something for you to understand. The British recognize the Maroons as equal. So when you hear of crown lands, there are two crowns on the island. So the Maroons, or the First Nation Jamaicans, as I will now say, have equal rights to those said crown lands, as the state may challenge me on that. The power of the signature that comes from here represents that treaty, which is why here is so oppressed. The voice here represents your voices, but you've been blinded by the hidden agendas of capitalistic driven individuals who will force their way and stop at nothing to have their way with us. We're more than just knocking drums and singing. We need a better way forward. We need the government to recognize us. We need the government to acknowledge us legislatively. We provided models and examples that exist. We're not seeking anything novel. We're seeking respectable dialogue. And today we still have not had that success. On one side of the government, the opposition has been very receptive of dialogue and recognizing indigenous rights. That's a big step as it relates to dialogue. Because you see, what we tend to not recognize, the treaty is a political document. It creates and separates our jurisdiction from that which is under the control of the British. So, if the government isn't talking to us, we have to talk to someone who represents government, who is willing to hear what it is we are asking for and to engage in future dialogue. And that has been positive, that has happened. We are still waiting for the Prime Minister. I have invited him here today. He invited the former leader at his conference the other day and outlined that there were plans for the Maroon heritage assets that could stimulate the Maroon economy. So it's great to acknowledge that we do have an economy. To acknowledge that we do have heritage assets, yes, which is why we would love to hear more. So we do hope we do get a surprise visit today. But if that doesn't happen, it doesn't stop our mission. And if they move towards a Republic Jamaica without dialogue, it doesn't stop our mission. It doesn't overwrite what we have. It doesn't dissipate it. It does no way whatsoever dissipate or negates it. It is up to the will of the people to then defend it. But if you know not what you're fighting for, then you might as well take our money and go drink some rum. When we look around and we see our one another, we know that we have a brother and a sister beside us. Today is a reminder that this stands for something, and we should not allow it to fall for anything. So I call on each and every one of you, stand tall in your courage, stand tall in your culture, believe in who you are, put everything and every might in making this 2025 a defining year for you and yours, because it is only true that we uphold the spirit of our ancestors: love, truth, peace, freedom and justice. Ashe! 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 I have your attention, please, for once more?
Silence.
I am asking everybody with the cameras to put them away.
Jamaican with Tania. Jamaican with Tania. Jamaican with Tania. Jamaican with Tania. When me walk through the valley of